Hey guys, today on People Now, hello Facebook Live.
Trump dumps his attorney general and Twitter goes crazy.
Ellen shares a not-so-subtle message on her show.
And we've got your first look.
I live country songs every single day of my life.
An eating disorder, vocal cord surgery, and her father's alcohol addiction. American Idol alum Alaina opens up about the life-changing moments leading up to her new album.
The gloves are off.
And we're breaking down all the Taylor versus Corinne drama from last night's Bachelor.
Plus, Beauty and the Beast fans rejoice.
Happy Tuesday. We're live on People.com and Facebook Live. Great to see you. We have a jam-packed show today. The wonderful Lea Thompson is with us live. Very excited about that. Plus, Olivia Caridi and Caila Quinn are recapping The Bachelor with us live, too. Send us your questions, your comments for them. We'd love to hear from you all morning long. Plus, American Idol alum and country singer Alaina is revealing the surprising advice that she got from Carrie Underwood. So we want to know, what's the best advice that you have ever received? Maybe you can help us all out today. I don't know. Try it. It's our Facebook question of the day. Tell us your answers now. We'll share them a little bit later in the show. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Celebrities took a stand on Twitter Monday night in support of Sally Yates, the acting attorney general who was fired by President Donald Trump after she refused to defend his refugee and immigration ban in court. Trump's executive order signed Friday temporarily halts the country's refugee program and bans entries for immigrants from 7 Muslim-majority countries for 90 days. Yates telling Justice Department attorneys not to defend Trump's order because she was not convinced it was constitutional or consistent with the agency's, quote, obligation to always seek justice and stand for what is right. She was fired hours after the fact. Now Hollywood is rallying around Yates and praising her for taking a stand. Nashville star Connie Britton writing, "Thank you for your integrity and patriotism, Sally Yates." Nick Offerman tweeting, "Lousy with decency. Hats off, Sally Yates." And comedian Yvette Nicole Brown tweets, "Dear Sally Yates, you are on the right side of history. #resist." Actress Minnie Driver tweeting, "I was asked the other day, where are the lawmakers? Thank you, Sally Yates, for taking a stand." Now moving on to more Trump news as we go across the pond. UK officials are worried that the Queen has been placed in a very difficult position after British Prime Minister Theresa May announced Donald Trump's state visit to Britain while meeting with Trump this past Friday. Since the announcement, a UK petition to stop President Trump's visit has reached more than 1.5 million signatures, and thousands protested across Britain on Monday. In a letter to the Times of London, Lord Peter Ricketts, the former head of the UK Foreign Office, explains how the invitation so early in Trump's presidency was premature, saying it would have been far wiser to wait to see what sort of president he would turn out to be before advising the Queen to invite him. Now the Queen is put in a very difficult position. Lord Ricketts went on to say that the British Prime Minister must move fast to protect the Queen from more controversy. The British Prime Minister Theresa May said Monday that President Trump's invitation still stands. Along with the Queen, Prince Charles, and wife Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, they will be attending and joining along for Trump's upcoming visit. I've been singing it ever since I saw the trailer last night. That tale as old as time is making its way back to the big screen. We're all so excited to see the live-action retelling of one of the greatest love stories of our time, Disney's Beauty and the Beast. The latest trailer features everything from Emma Watson as Disney Princess Belle to scenes recreated from the original animated classic. The trailer even features an epic duet of Beauty and the Beast between Ariana Grande and John Legend. You got to hear a little bit of it in that clip. Celine Dion originally sang on the Oscar-winning title track. But the Beauty and the Beast alum is still going to be involved this time around as she sings an all-new original song called How Does a Moment Last Forever? It's for the remake. And you all just have to wait a little longer to see this classic tale brought to life. Beauty and the Beast, set to hit theaters on March 17th. So a little bit of a wait, but it's getting closer.
So exciting. I know, so exciting.
Can't wait for that.
So you guys, thanks for the comments. Let's check in with Facebook Live. Are you Team Corinne or Team Taylor? In just a couple of minutes, Olivia Caridi and Caila Quinn are breaking down all the Bachelor drama with us. So send us your questions and comments.
All right, plus Lea Thompson is here live too. Send us your questions and comments for her as well. Now, our Facebook question of the day was inspired by the surprising advice Carrie Underwood gave to American Idol alum Alaina. You're going to hear what that is very soon, but we want to know your best advice, the best advice that you've ever received.
Yes, and Catherine says the best advice she ever received was listen to your mama. Very good advice. Very good
all the way through.
there.
That's absolutely right. April says best advice, love conquers all, with a thumbs up emoji.
Great. That's very
Absolutely.
great.
Keep the comments coming, guys. We will check in with you again soon, but first, Andrea, even more trending news for us.
Yes, I do, Jeremy. Well, it looks like moving on to some updates in the Robin Thicke-Paula Patton custody battle. After losing temporary sole custody to ex-Paula Patton, Robin Thicke spent time with his son Julian on Friday, two sources tell People. But the singer did not see his son the following day, kicking off another round of squabbling between the ex-spouses. One source close to the situation tells People this: he did not exercise his right to spend time with his son and the monitor on Saturday, citing a business meeting. However, Paula offered alternate times that Julian could see Robin with the monitor that weekend, but he declined all visitation. These are the actions of a father who claimed he wanted to spend time with his son. However, a source close to Thicke says the singer is focused on his son, telling People Patton keeps trying to bury him, and this is a concerted effort to prejudice the public against him. He has taken no such campaign against her. He's taking this extremely seriously, and it's unfortunate and very difficult when you're on the receiving end of a campaign of negativity. Well, last Thursday, an LA judge gave Patton sole legal and physical custody, and Thicke supervised visitation with Julian 3 days a week at a neutral location until the next hearing on February 24th. Otherwise, Thicke has to stay 100 yards away from Patton, Julian, and Patton's mother per the temporary restraining order against Thicke.
And now on to this. Rebecca Romijn may be a successful fashion model, but that does not mean that she's a stranger to Twitter feuds. Yes, back in April, Rebecca and former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Yolanda Hadid got into a bit of an online confrontation after the Librarians actress made some comments about the changing world of fashion, suggesting Instagram models are not supermodels. Well, Mama Hadid was having none of that, since daughter Gigi and good friend Kendall Jenner began their successful modeling careers on social media. So she tweeted back at Rebecca saying, kind, hardworking, and they accomplished more at half your age in the fashion industry. Ouch. So much shade. Since New York Fashion Week is just around the corner, what better way to celebrate than with a little throwback Twitter feud between two former models? I can't think of a better way. Rebecca recently was here at the People Now studios. She gave us her perspective on the back and forth drama and even revealed to us which housewife is now her favorite. I'm going to take a wild guess here and say it's probably not Yolanda Hadid. Check this out. You're not afraid to get in feuds with it. You think your first Twitter feud ever
I
was
had
with,
my first Twitter feud with a housewife.
with a housewife,
Yeah.
the whole Yolanda Hadid over Insta models versus fashion models. Have you spoken to her since?
No.
I know it's like kind of ancient history, but
It's
but
ancient history. I
but
didn't
still,
speak to her at all. That's
Never.
the whole thing.
Okay.
Is it didn't. First of all, her daughter's names never came into the original conversation. That was all. That happened after the fact.
Okay.
And I was speaking purely about how fashion shouldn't be following social media. Fashion should be leading the way.
Okay.
It was sort of a more
Broad,
of a blanket,
okay,
broader
sure.
concept I was talking about. And then somehow these names got injected after I gave this interview. And I wasn't speaking about those girls, Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid. They're incredible models. They are supermodels. I know that they're professional. They have a way better career than I ever had when I was modeling. Way better career. I think that they're phenomenal. It's a question of, it's a new era. It's a new era that has redefined success.
Sure.
But anyway, I just couldn't believe that she got so involved. I couldn't believe that the mom got so involved. I was like, why?
Yeah, right.
Should I call my mom?
So did you learn anything from the feud, your first ever Twitter feud?
It was fine. It was hilarious. I was actually happy that I was like, whoa, this is happening?
Yeah,
It was kind of crazy.
Why would anybody do that? So rude.
We know that you're a huge Housewives fan and talking about all things Rebecca Romijn.
Yes.
We're big on the Housewives around here. If you
Yep.
had to pick a favorite housewife, who would it be?
I think it's Erica from Beverly Hills right now.
And why is that?
I really like her. I think I like how cool she stays.
The more you talk about the worse it gets.
People sometimes ask me, like, why aren't you on there? Don't you want to try and get on one of the Housewives show? And I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could operate the way they operate. I really, the things that they get into it over, which is what creates the great television.
Course, right.
I literally, whenever I'm watching, I'm like, I would let that go.
You'd be the most passive housewife
I'd like be the
ever.
most passive housewife ever. But I think that Erica stays so cool in the face of adversity all around her. I just really like her way.
Yeah, I think she's a little too drama-free for the show. Stay with us, guys. Caila Quinn and Olivia Caridi are back with us this morning, breaking down last night's Bachelor. Plus, Switched at Birth star Lea Thompson joins us live. Very excited as the show kicks off its final season. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo. One George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Last night's Bachelor, the Corinne versus Taylor drama finally came to a head in New Orleans.
It was dramatic, and we loved every second of it, which is why The Bachelor is our Toyota People pick of the day.
Yes, and here to help us break down all the big drama from the Big Easy Bachelor episode are former Bachelor cast members Caila Quinn and Olivia Caridi.
Woo!
Thank you for being here, ladies.
Thank you so much, guys. Now, Olivia, I'm a little nervous, to be honest, that you're some sort of voodoo priestess. You were 100% right about the Taylor-Corinne 2-on-1 date.
How did
you
I know?
You predicted she knew. The woman knew. Are you getting the vibes?
Yep, she read my palm.
You read? Okay, that's we're going to get to that date in a little bit, but first we have to talk about Nick's one-on-one date with Rachel. We've got our Q-emojis ready to react to this. Of course, Facebook Live, we want you to react as well. All right, let's take a look.
I wouldn't have thought that I would feel like this early.
Good.
I've been trying to see what everyone else said.
How fast can we find the heart?
I
Yes.
loved her so much. Okay, well, this was Nick's first New Orleans date and first significant time with Rachel since giving her the first impression rose.
It was.
What did you think about this date and Rachel in general?
I think, he was willing to break rules for her, which is a really good sign. And I think she's doing a great job just letting herself show her personality. And this is the first time we've seen a flirtatious side, which was really cute.
It was cute, and it's like, wow, maybe there will be a love connection here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Olivia, Nick was asking Rachel about her dad, who it turns out is a stern judge, talking about asking for permission to propose. Are we going to be seeing Nick head to Dallas to meet the family? I don't know, but I will say this: everything he said after he found that out was like thinking about the dad listening. You could totally tell.
She's for sure, he's gonna meet her dad.
You think so?
Oh, for sure. Like, she's either going to win or be the Bachelorette. I mean, she's amazing. There's gonna be a home.
And you think she has a chance for final rose?
Totally.
Okay, all right.
Totally.
Well, loved Rachel.
Yeah.
So Nick followed up on the one-on-one date with a group date to a haunted house. The ghost of a little girl named May caused a lot of scares. But Nick
Used to
looked
casually
most
say.
frightened when one of the girls brought up the L word. So Facebook Live, we got our Q-emojis ready here to react. Click on which reaction this clip makes you feel as you watch Raven confess her feelings for Nick. Watch this. Yes.
Actually, the moment I fell in love with you is when you sang The Little Mermaid. I think I told Nick I fell in love with him on accident.
Well, none of us really even remember him singing Little Mermaid that much. But
Wow, we are all very surprised here.
obviously, it was a big moment for her. Olivia, did Raven bring up love too soon in the game here?
I mean, I'm not one to say that you can fall in love that soon, but that is very early in the process.
And very
we are
casual.
still-
A casual drop, right?
Well, it's just, in terms of how long they've all been doing this, it's very early.
Yeah.
5 weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
and she didn't even get the group rose date. Danielle M got it. So,
Right.
Caila, what do you think this means for Raven's future? She brings up love, the
Ugh.
L word, and doesn't
I
get the
know.
rose.
I feel like he didn't affirm her the way that she was looking for. So
No, to say the least.
She's probably really scared. She's making this face
Yeah,
in
she's
her
like-
room.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes from there.
All right, brings us to the whole main event. Nick decides to take Taylor and Corinne deep into the bayou, as you do.
As you
for a
do.
very tense, maybe romantic, hopefully. We were hoping 2-on-1 date. Only one of the women ends up leaving the swamp. Let us know how you feel as you watch this. Facebook Live, take a look.
Corinne, will you accept this rose?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
I can't figure out which one. I'm just going with the, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I
face. Like,
know.
what? Brittany on Facebook writes, I'm hurt that he kept Corinne. Corinne is the real bully. Caila, were you surprised that Nick picked Corinne?
I am surprised Nick picked Corinne because I was really rooting for Taylor.
I was rooting for Taylor,
Yeah.
but you just felt it. I don't know. I kind of
I was
felt like
looking
it
for a
was
little
going
more
there.
from her. I wanted her really to drill Corinne, you
Look
know?
at his
She got
face.
back. I know.
What did Taylor think? I'm pretty sure she was
Rebecca
over
on
it.
Facebook, Rebecca says that she's definitely Team Taylor. Olivia, what were your initial thoughts when Nick picked Corinne? What were your thoughts?
I just think you like Taylor, but I never even saw him really like Taylor, so I wasn't surprised when she went home. I mean, he had a deeper connection with Corinne than with Taylor. I haven't even seen them have time together.
Well, in typical Bachelor fashion, Corinne and Nick end up leaving Taylor in the bayou.
Yes.
They go out to get dinner after leaving on a motorboat, which probably not a good idea to leave somebody there when voodoo priestesses are around, but Taylor does get a blessing and decides to leave the bayou and confront Nick about Corinne. The whole thing got kind of creepy and just so bizarre.
It was very
laughably
Bachelor in
bizarre.
Paradise.
We're not. Yeah, it was. It was very paradise-ish or something. I don't know. We won't see the confrontation until next week. We saw a little tease for it. But Caila, should Taylor have just left the show quietly? What do you think of the move? The idea that she's coming back?
Yeah, Taylor should have won on her swamp boat and just like disappeared away. But instead, she wanted to do that voodoo ceremony, and I don't think it's like gonna do anything good for her. No one's ever come back and fallen in love.
And, and they all left with their own voodoo doll for each other, which was so like.
Olivia,
oh my gosh.
Olivia, did you get flashbacks when you were left in your 2-in-1 on the beach or whatever?
But luckily, I didn't have to do a ceremony. They just left me there, and I was like,
this emoji all the way.
And how do you think this confrontation will go down when Taylor comes back?
I think Corinne is gonna stay, and Taylor's just gonna go her merry way. I don't even know why she came back.
I just wish that we knew what Taylor did for a living, because we never heard about it.
I never. I'm not emotionally intelligent enough to know what she does.
Someone dropped it.
All right,
Sorry,
she may have
I
dropped
had
it
to.
once or twice or 1,000 times. I'm angry again that it was a to be continued, everyone.
I know.
Just this continues. This is my second in a row. Angry for the to be continued. Stop doing that, everybody.
Let's see some more love.
Olivia and Caila, thank you as always for being
Thank
here.
you.
Guys, make sure to watch The Bachelor every Monday on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth. Proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
I wrote over 300 songs for the album and picked 12 of them, and I wrote all of them. So I'm excited about that.
That's great.
And I really feel like this album is my story. Like, they are all different things that have happened to me over the past few years.
Sure.
And I had a lot of things change in my personal life. Like, everything pretty much changed. My parents got divorced, and they both remarried other people. And my dad's an alcoholic, and he went through rehab, and I had an eating disorder that I overcame, and I had vocal cord surgery.
It's like you name it.
I know.
You, like tons of, like you weren't short on sort of like inspiration.
No, I live country songs every single day of my life. So thank goodness I decided that was my passion.
Yeah, right. You've been very vocal about being body positive, overcoming an eating disorder, sharing all that with the world through this album, through your music. Why did you feel like now was the right time for you to open up very personally about some of that stuff?
My dad didn't know that I had an eating disorder. Like, he had no idea. So that was weird. I was in an interview and just kind of said it, like, accidentally.
But that's how he found out?
Wow. Yeah, and I had to call my dad because I remember thinking, my dad does not know that. And
what was his reaction?
He was surprised, and I think he understood, though, because dads and daughters, you know, and my dad was an alcoholic, and he was overcoming his own struggles, so I think I just didn't want more on his plate, you know, for him to have to worry about. So I think he kind of understood. But
did he have advice for you? Since he was overcoming his own sort of things, was there anything that helped you from him?
Watching him really helped me, because my dad had an addiction for a very long time since he was really young, and it was really inspiring for me to see him overcome that, you know.
At tonight's season 5 premiere of Freeform Switched at Birth, and we have one of the stars of the show, Lea Thompson, joining us live to talk about the final season and so much more. Thank you for joining us, Lea.
Woo! So glad to have you. I'm gonna say the star of the show. The star of stars. Come on, Lea. So Switched at Birth. Here we go. It's in its 5th final season. Anyone who doesn't know, the show is based around 2 teenage girls who were accidentally switched at birth. Show us a sign.
Spoiler.
We got it, right? Can you do it? All right. Last season, there it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Last season left off with a cliffhanger. Both girls, Bay and Daphne, are on a life-changing trip to China. Lea, can you give fans any teasers about what they should expect for the upcoming season, what we're going to see?
Well, you know, I think it's actually our best season,
Do you?
which is kind of crazy. The writers did not slack off. There's drama, 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 drama in every single episode. And I got to direct the 100th episode,
Really?
which really was an honor.
That's fantastic.
And you know, I just think that we never let down on the quality and the idea and the controversial ideas that we bring up, the conversations we create between people watching the show. It's our greatest accomplishment that mothers and daughters watch the show together sometimes and discuss things that would be difficult to discuss otherwise. And I think that no one will be disappointed.
And wives and husbands as well. And my wife discusses things with me. Brings them up right there, all the way around. All right.
Well, so one of the main storylines of the show is that Daphne lost most of her hearing at a very young age. Because of that, Switched at Birth was the first mainstream TV show where actors learned American Sign Language so they could communicate with their deaf co-stars.
Right.
So what was that process like for you, learning the sign language?
You know what? Like any language, it was difficult to learn, but it's so beautiful and it's so expressive and it lends itself so well to drama. And it was really exciting because we all had something to get together with, and it was also fun because we could talk while the cameras were rolling and we had to be quiet. And also in big crowds, like if we were all in a theater together, we could do sign language and understand what we were trying to talk through a whole crowd. It's kind of like the magic trick of Switched at Birth, that we all had to learn sign language.
And one of the magic things for keeping viewers engaged, if it's just on in our house and you suddenly, it just goes quiet. And I'm like, wait, what's that? Oh, it's the show. But there's these scenes, these monologues and dialogues that go on that are completely silent. It's really interesting. You play Bae's mother. As a mom of two, in real life, you've said that this character has informed you and vice versa, right? Like being a mom informs it back and forth. What have you learned about yourself? What have you taken to the role or taken from the role in your real life as a mom?
Well, Lizzie Weiss, the creator of the show, has an incredible ability to see both sides of every argument. And oftentimes when you're doing a scene that she's written, you don't realize what her point of view is.
Sure.
So it helped me learn how to debate correctly in a conversation. Instead of getting really emotional, you get to actually debate.
Argue well.
Argue well.
Yeah, that's great.
And fairly.
That's good.
Well, speaking of your daughters, we actually recently had your youngest daughter, Zoe, in studio. She was lovely. And she may or may not have opened up about your life at home, specifically your chickens. Watch this. How many chickens do you have?
I'm not allowed to say.
Okay. But I know that you have a
lot
of...
If my mom watches this and she sees you ask that question, she's going to know. I'm not allowed to talk about how many chickens because it's too many.
But more than 10 chickens?
Yeah, no.
Can you spill it? How many chickens?
How many chickens?
Moment of truth. Are we going to say?
But is it more than 10?
Yeah.
Okay, at least it's more than 10.
It must be a lot of chickens.
We also have 2 ducks.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
Do ducks and chickens get along? How does that work?
Yeah, they do actually
good.
get along
That's nice.
fine. They don't fight.
And you've got the cat, as you said earlier before we were on here, that's not loyal to you.
No, he's a slut.
And he roams around the neighborhood.
Stinky Pete is his name. My mom says his name was so bad he ran away. He's mad at you because you named him Stinky Pete.
I love it. We were just talking. So your Instagram's filled with some of your animals. How do you have time to take care of all these animals? How do you make it work?
It takes a village. Oh, look.
Look at this.
Nordic.
And one of 1,000 possible chickens.
Yeah, it's kind of chaos. Look at the chaos
So
going on there. We have someone that takes care of the horses because that's a really important, difficult job, and you have to be really careful with them. And it's a very specialized job taking care of the horses. But, we just have a lot of people that, my sister or my brother, someone comes and takes care of all the dogs. And
all right.
But you know what? I love horses. I love animals. It's just a thing.
Yeah, it's really good. Well, a lot of people relate to that. Most people do. You mentioned earlier getting to direct one of the episodes. You're also making your feature film directorial debut, The Year of the Spectacular Men, starring both of your daughters, Zoe and Maddie. A lot of kids don't love listening to their mom. Does it change when you're the director?
No. It was really an exciting thing. I got to shoot in New York, in Los Angeles, Lake Tahoe, and San Francisco with my daughters.
No, that's the kind of film to be on, right? All around.
It was so, and my daughter Madeline wrote it, and it was just a great thing, and I think people will love this movie. It's just a great movie. It's funny, and it's honest, and it's, people don't make movies for people in their early 20s. They just don't make them.
Sure.
Starring a young woman in her early 20s, they just don't make
So
them.
it hits a note that you think needs to be
a niche that's not filled. So
that's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. This sounds very exciting. And, the whole family is in the business. Your husband's a director. So what's the best advice that you've given your daughters, especially as women in Hollywood?
Oh, the best advice besides flossing?
That's very good advice.
I think what's interesting about it is I can understand whatever they're going through, and I try to see them as human beings, not kind of like extensions of myself. And I don't know, the best advice is just to be kind, to be kind to all the people that you work with, not think of yourself as being better or worse than anyone. We're all just human beings trying to get through the day and do our jobs with kindness and grace.
Good advice inside Hollywood, outside of Hollywood, everywhere. We can't let you go without bringing up one of the greatest movies of all time, Back to the Future. I know you have been asked literally everything that can be asked about this, that experience, relived it, and everything else. But I just want to know if you think there will ever be a remake. Maybe like we just saw the all-female Ghostbusters. Maybe there's a Martina McFly in the future.
You know, I've heard that Bob Zemeckis, who was the writer and director of the movie and producer, I think he holds the rights until he passes. I don't think there will ever be a sequel, but maybe after he goes, Universal will do it. But that's not for a long time.
Okay,
right?
but in our hypothetical wish world, if there was a remake of some sort, would you want to be involved?
Of course.
Why not, right? How could you not? Well, it's been such a pleasure talking everything, including farm animals and careers and all of that, Lea. Oh, wait. We have one more. Favorite scene from Back to the Future. I know, sorry.
Someone asked it on Facebook.
Okay.
It was a Facebook question.
What is my favorite scene
from Back to the Future?
I think probably when I sit on when I first meet Marty McFly as a young Lorraine McFly.
And he's sitting on the bed and the whole underwear thing.
Oh my gosh. Right over there on my hope chest.
Oh my goodness. I feel the same, like, as you felt to him right then, I feel to you right now. I can't believe it. I'm just cooled down. Thank you so much. Sorry if I freaked you out, Lea Thompson. Make sure to watch Switched at Birth on Freeform tonight at 9/8 Central. Thank you so much.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker, and Liam Hemsworth. This is Jared Leto in People, photobombing Anne Hathaway, and Reese sneaking one in on Sophia and Joe. This is Dustin Hoffman, photobombing the dame herself, Judi Dench, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
It's that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Treks. So our Facebook question of the day today is, what's the most surprising advice you've ever received? And American Idol alum Lauren Alaina is certainly spilling hers. The 22-year-old singer opened up about the advice Carrie Underwood gave her while performing on stage. Let's just say, not something you would normally think of beforehand. Take a look at this.
Carrie Underwood told me to always wear shorts under my dresses on stage.
Okay.
Very smart.
And that, like, in my life, if I'm going to Walmart and I have a skirt on, like, I'm putting shorts under it. I just always wear
smart idea.
the shorts under the skirt. But she also told me to be nice to everyone because you'll run into people forever. It's kind of like high school.
Yeah.
You don't really see those people every day, but you do run into them occasionally. And if you weren't nice to them, it's awkward.
All right, I love that. Definitely some practical advice there. So don't forget to tell us your best advice in the Facebook comments below. All right, moving on to this. Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, Ruby Rose, and more gathered Monday night for the LA premiere of their new film, Jon Wick 2. The action-packed sequel is a reunion of sorts for co-stars Keanu Reeves and Laurence Fishburne, as well as director Chad Stahelski. All three worked on the blockbuster hit The Matrix together, and Keanu was definitely excited to be back in action with his fellow Matrix alumni.
Yeah, well, that's pretty, it's very rare. And to come together with artists that you've worked with and created friendships with, and then to go on another artistic endeavor, it was really special to work with Laurence again. And it was great to work with Chad and his vision of Jon Wick. Yeah, just one of the best experiences in my life.
Keanu also opened up about the recent news of President Trump's immigration ban, telling reporters that love is what people need the most right now.
You know, it's a beautiful night here and kind of coming out, but it is very important. And I'm just going to start with terrible. And let's just terrible. Let's think about it. Let's react to it, and hopefully react with love.
And fellow co-star Ruby Rose also gave her thoughts on the controversial ban, preaching a message of tolerance and unity. Watch this.
Just to keep being tolerant and loving of your fellow person, your fellow human, and to just make sure you're looking at to the people next to you and giving everyone the love that they deserve.
Well, definitely a great message to hold on to. And if you want to catch Ruby, Keanu, and the rest of the cast, make sure to check out Jon Wick 2 in theaters Friday, February 10th. All right, on to some news that all Harry Potter fans out there will rejoice over. It's Lucius Malfoy. Yes, everyone's favorite villain, played by veteran Jason Isaacs, stopped by Universal's wizarding world of Harry Potter and, much to everyone's surprise, reunited with several members of the cast. Yes, Jason posted this photo to his Twitter account, posing with on-screen son Tom Felton and Neville Longbottom's Matthew Lewis. The British actor brought back all the Potter nostalgia, captioning the photo, "To all the Harry Potter fans to remind us to fight for the light." Even J.K. Rowling reacted to the good news, tweeting back a heart emoji, along with Harry Potter's signature lightning bolt scar. But that's not all. Jason met up with several more members of the cast, including Warwick Davis, who portrayed Professor Flitwick, and the Goblin of Gringotts Bank, Griphook. But it was perhaps this photo that really made us all love the unexpected reunion. Jason posted a heartfelt caption to a photo of him and Tom Felton, addressing the Potter themes of inclusiveness and tolerance. He writes, "A welcome escape from the horrors of the world until we answered questions on stage and reminded what the stories were all about. Fighting fascism, embracing diversity, and never giving up hope." The actors attended a panel at the Universal Orlando's celebration of Harry Potter, where Isaacs revealed the careful construction of the notorious Death Eater to anxiously awaiting fans, saying this: "I was terrified of being bland around all these incredible actors. I asked for the wig, the robes. They wanted me in a suit with ordinary hair. I tried to come up with the voice because Alan Rickman, who played Professor Severus Snape, the greatest screen villain certainly of our age, I knew he was in it, so I had to come up with a voice I thought that sounded like fingernails on a blackboard. I wanted a voice that irritated you in one syllable." Well, really cool behind-the-scenes info there. And we are certainly crossing our fingers for another Potter reunion in the near future. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Be easy. Did you give her kisses? Oh my goodness, that is so sweet. Oh my goodness. How do you feel, Molly Moo Moo? Did Kinley give you kisses? Oh, wee. One more. Oh. That is so sweet. Come here.
Look at all the love the adorable baby cow getting. I think we can all say it together. Aww. It is the most awe-like moment ever. That little girl with the big heart is Kinley Gray, who has become best buds with Molly, an orphaned calf. Kinley's mom, Lacey, was looking to borrow a calf for a photo shoot, but instead ended up taking in the baby cow that had just lost her mother. Kinley and Molly bonded immediately and have been inseparable ever since she joined their family. I think we can all agree that Kinley and Molly, the cow, are 100% friendship goals. Look at that. Super sweet. Love it. And comfy, cozy. She can cuddle up there. All right, we have some breaking news this morning. Oprah Winfrey will become a special contributor to 60 Minutes. The move was just announced by the news magazine's executive producer. Winfrey will make her first appearance on CBS News' legendary Sunday night broadcast this fall. The show's EP, Jeff Fagger, says there is only one Oprah Winfrey. She has achieved excellence in everything she has touched. Her body of work is extraordinary, including thousands of interviews with people from all walks of life. She is a remarkable and talented woman with a level of integrity that sets her apart and makes her a perfect fit for 60 Minutes. I am thrilled that she will be bringing her unique and powerful voice to our broadcast. Adding in comments from Winfrey, who says that she has been a big admirer of 60 Minutes since her days as a young reporter. Oprah added this: "I'm so excited and proud to join forces with this historic news program, which for me represents the bastion of journalistic storytelling." Winfrey said, "At a time when people are so divided, my intention is to bring relevant insight and perspective to look at what separates us and help facilitate real conversations between people from different backgrounds." Go Oprah. I think we're all excited to see her there.
Definitely.
Guys, let's check in with our Facebook Live. Our question of the day was, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Yes, Britta says, best advice, use your inner strength and courage.
That's good advice. Rebecca loves hearing from Lauren Alaina. She writes, love Lauren Alaina. She's awesome all the way around and a wonderful role model.
She was a lot of fun when she was here, definitely. And you guys are also reacting to Robin Thicke and Paula-Patton's custody feud. Rebecca says that this relationship breakup makes me sad. They looked so happy and had been together forever.
Yeah, it is sad to watch. But in happier news, we're all pretty pumped about Beauty and the Beast.
We are.
Sue says, OMG, I can't wait for Beauty and the Beast.
Yes,
we can't either.
And Britta says, I love Emma Watson. I mean, everybody does.
Anne
love
says,
her.
so looking forward to this movie. Love Emma Watson and the soundtrack. And as our director Ellie said, if you want a musical, La La Land fans, here's the real musical.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
That's Ellie. Okay, not us necessarily. Coming up tomorrow, Beth Stern is in live to talk about the Kitten Bowl, plus Andy Grammer is dishing on the success of his new hit single, Fresh Eyes.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Lea Thompson. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Lea Thompson, and this is One Last Thing. The last song I had stuck in my head was Howard the Duck. Someone was singing it. Hickory dickory dock. He ain't about to be plucked. My last big splurge was I went to Tahiti with my husband, and that was incredible, beautiful. It's fun to travel. The last time I was starstruck was I saw John Hamm. He's so adorable. I saw him at Sundance, and I could barely speak.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.